Have you ever wondered why some people in their 80s seem to radiate vitality while others struggle with fatigue and dull skin? Let me tell you about Eleanor Chen, a 91-year-old retired librarian from Portland, Oregon. When I met her at a community health fair last year, I was struck by something remarkable. Her skin had a natural glow. Her eyes sparkled with energy, and she moved with the grace of someone decades younger. What caught my attention was not just her appearance, but her enthusiasm. While other attendees complained about aches and exhaustion, Eleanor was volunteering, helping seniors navigate the health screenings, and even offering to carry their bags. Her secret was not expensive treatments or miracle supplements. It was something much simpler and much more powerful. Eleanor had learned through trial and error over the past 20 years which foods were robbing her of energy and making her skin look older than her years. Today, we are going to share the 3 foods Eleanor eliminated from her diet after age 60 and the remarkable transformation that followed. These are not extreme changes or complicated restrictions. They are simple, science-backed adjustments that can help you feel more energetic and look more radiant starting today. Welcome to Senior Health Facts, your trusted home for evidence-based wisdom on healthy aging. If living your best life every single day matters to you, hit that subscribe button and join our community of over 400,000 seniors who are aging with confidence and vitality. After we turn 60, our bodies undergo significant changes that directly impact how we look and feel. Understanding these changes is not about accepting decline, but about working with our biology to maintain our best health. According to Harvard Health Publishing, 3 major shifts occur as we age. First, we lose collagen at a rate of about 1% per year after age 60. This protein is essential for skin elasticity and strength. Second, our metabolism naturally slows by 2 to 8% per decade, making it harder to maintain steady energy levels. Third, our digestive system becomes less efficient at absorbing nutrients while chronic low-grade inflammation increases throughout our bodies. Think of your body like a garden that has been thriving for decades. The soil your cells and tissues needs the right nutrients to continue flourishing. But if that soil becomes depleted or contaminated with the wrong substances, even the most beautiful garden will start to wither. The same principle applies to your skin and energy levels. The foods you choose either nourish your cells and support healthy aging, or they contribute to inflammation, oxidative stress, and accelerated aging from the inside out. This is why what we eat, and more importantly, what we choose not to eat, becomes increasingly crucial as we age. Here are the 3 biggest dietary culprits that Eleanor discovered were affecting her skin and energy, and why eliminating them made such a dramatic difference. First culprit is sugary desserts and sweet treats. That slice of cake after dinner or the cookies with afternoon tea might seem like innocent pleasures, but they come with a hidden cost that becomes more significant as we age. When we consume excess sugar, it triggers a process called glycation in our bodies. This occurs when sugar molecules bind to collagen and elastin fibers in our skin, creating harmful compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These compounds cause our skin to become stiff, less elastic, and more prone to wrinkles and sagging. Additionally, sugar spikes cause rapid increases in insulin levels, which promotes inflammation throughout the body. This inflammation does not just affect our skin, It also leads to energy crashes, brain fog, and that tired feeling that seems to linger no matter how much we rest. Eleanor shared her experience with me. I used to have dessert every night after dinner. It was my reward for the day. But I noticed I would feel exhausted by mid-morning and my skin looked dull and dry no matter what creams I used. When she eliminated added sugars from desserts about 18 years ago, replacing them with fresh seasonal fruit, the change was remarkable. Within 6 weeks, people started commenting on how rested I looked. My energy became steady throughout the day instead of those terrible afternoon crashes. A comprehensive review published in the Journal of Gerontology in 2021 followed over 1,200 adults aged 60 to 85 who reduced their added sugar intake. Participants who cut added sugars by more than half showed measurable improvements in skin hydration, reduced inflammation markers, and reported 40% less afternoon fatigue compared to the control group. The second culprit is excess sodium, especially from processed foods. Salt hides in surprising places: canned soups, frozen dinners, deli meats, crackers, and even seemingly healthy foods like cottage cheese and bread. While our bodies need some sodium to function properly, most Americans consume nearly double the recommended amount. Excess sodium pulls moisture from our skin cells, leading to dehydration, puffiness around the eyes, and that tired, drawn appearance that can add years to our faces. More concerning, high sodium intake increases blood pressure, putting additional strain on our cardiovascular system and reducing circulation to our skin and organs. Eleanor discovered this connection when she started reading labels more carefully. I was shocked to learn that my favorite canned soup contained almost an entire day worth of sodium in just one serving. No wonder I felt puffy and sluggish after lunch. She began cooking more meals from fresh ingredients, using herbs like fresh rosemary, thyme, and basil to add flavor instead of salt. The first week was challenging. Everything tasted bland. But by week 3, my taste buds had adjusted, and I could actually taste the natural flavors of vegetables and proteins again. The transformation went beyond taste. Within a month, Eleanor noticed her wedding ring fit more comfortably, the puffiness around her eyes decreased, and her skin looked plumper and more hydrated. The third culprit is refined carbohydrates and starchy foods. White bread, regular pasta, white rice, and starchy vegetables like white potatoes break down quickly into sugar in our bloodstream. This rapid conversion causes the same glycation process we discussed with desserts, but it also contributes to weight gain around the midsection, an area that becomes particularly problematic as we age. These refined carbs also lack the fiber and nutrients found in whole grains, leaving us feeling hungry again shortly after eating and creating cycles of energy spikes and crashes. Eleanor used to rely heavily on pasta dishes and white bread for quick, easy meals. I thought I was eating healthy because I was not having obvious junk food. But I would feel sleepy after lunch and could not understand why my clothes kept getting tighter despite eating the same portions. When she switched to complex carbohydrates like steel-cut, oats, quinoa, and wild rice paired with plenty of vegetables, her energy became more consistent throughout the day. She also learned to prepare potatoes differently, roasting small red potatoes with the skin on and a drizzle of olive oil, which slows down sugar absorption and provides valuable nutrients. Now let me explore the 5 foods Eleanor incorporated into her daily routine and what current research tells us about their remarkable benefits for skin health and sustained energy. First is wild-caught fish, especially smaller varieties. Eleanor makes it a point to eat fish like wild salmon, sardines, or cod 3 to 4 times per week. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, high-quality protein, and essential B vitamins that support cellular energy production. The omega-3s in fish, particularly EPA and DHA, help maintain skin cell membranes, keeping them flexible and hydrated from within. These healthy fats also reduce inflammation throughout the body, which can improve both energy levels and cognitive function. Eleanor's preferred preparation is simple. She bakes a piece of wild cod with a drizzle of olive oil, fresh lemon juice, and herbs like dill or parsley. I used to think fish was complicated to cook, but it is actually one of the easiest proteins to prepare. 15 minutes in the oven, and dinner is ready. A 2022 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed 800 adults over age 65 for 2 years. Those who consumed fish rich in omega-3s at least 3 times per week showed significantly better skin elasticity, improved memory scores, and reported higher energy levels compared to those eating fish less than once per week. Second is gently steamed green vegetables. Rather than raw salads that can be difficult to digest, Eleanor focuses on lightly steamed vegetables like broccoli, spinach, asparagus, and kale. Gentle steaming breaks down tough fibers while preserving water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C and folate, both essential for collagen production. I steam a big batch of mixed greens every other day, Eleanor explains. Then I store them in the refrigerator and add a portion to each meal with a little olive oil and lemon juice. It has become automatic, like brushing my teeth. The key is not overcooking. Eleanor steams her vegetables just until they are bright green and tender, usually 3 to 5 minutes. This method retains maximum nutrition while making the vegetables easier to chew and digest, which becomes increasingly important as we age. Third is antioxidant-rich berries and seasonal fruits. Instead of reaching for cookies or cake, Eleanor satisfies her sweet tooth with berries, apples, or whatever fruit is in season. Berries are particularly powerful because they contain anthocyanins, compounds that protect against cellular damage and support brain health. I keep frozen blueberries in my freezer year-round, she says. I add them to my morning oatmeal or eat them as an evening treat. They are sweet enough to feel indulgent, but I know they are actually helping my body repair itself. The fiber in whole fruits also helps slow sugar absorption, preventing the energy crashes associated with processed sweets. Eleanor has noticed that when she eats an apple with a small handful of nuts as an afternoon snack, her energy remains steady until dinner. Fourth is coffee in moderation, but make it count. Eleanor starts each day with exactly 1 cup of high-quality coffee, and she is strategic about timing. I have my coffee with breakfast, never on an empty stomach, and never after 2 p.m. so it does not interfere with my sleep. Coffee is rich in polyphenols, plant compounds that act as antioxidants and may help protect against age-related cellular damage. Research suggests that moderate coffee consumption may support cognitive function and even help maintain healthy circulation. The key word is moderation. Eleanor learned that more than 1 cup left her feeling jittery and interfered with her sleep quality, which is crucial for skin repair and energy restoration. Fifth is nutrient-dense comfort foods done right. Once a week, Eleanor prepares what she calls her Sunday comfort meal, a slow-cooked stew with grass-fed lamb or beef root vegetables and plenty of herbs. This is not just about emotional satisfaction, it is about getting nutrients that are harder to find in other foods. Red meat provides heme iron, which is more easily absorbed than iron from plant sources. It also supplies zinc essential for wound healing and skin health, and provides complete proteins with all essential amino acids needed for muscle maintenance. I use my slow cooker to make a big pot of stew with lamb, carrots, onions, and fresh herbs from my garden Eleanor shares. The house smells wonderful all day, and I have leftovers for several meals. The bone broth that forms adds extra collagen and minerals. She is careful about portions and quality, choosing grass-fed meat when possible and balancing it with plenty of vegetables in the same dish. Eleanor's transformation did not happen overnight, and she is not the only one who has discovered the power of these simple changes. Let me tell you about Robert Martinez, a 74-year-old retired teacher from Phoenix, Arizona. 2 years ago, Robert was struggling with constant fatigue and skin so dry and irritated that he was embarrassed to go out in public without long sleeves, even in the Arizona heat. His daughter worried about his declining energy, and mood suggested he try some of the approaches we discuss here on Senior Health Facts. Robert was skeptical. At first he had tried various supplements and creams without success. But he decided to make just one change. He eliminated the 3 sodas he drank every day and the nightly bowl of ice cream that had been his routine for decades. Within 2 weeks, he noticed his energy was more stable. Within 6 weeks, his skin had stopped feeling constantly tight and itchy. I look in the mirror now and see the person I remember being Robert wrote to us recently. My grandchildren have started asking me to take them on longer walks because I'm not tired all the time anymore. You deserve to feel that vitality again. You deserve to wake up with steady energy and look in the mirror with confidence. Here is your gentle challenge for this week. Choose just one change from what we have discussed today. Maybe it is swapping your evening dessert for a bowl of berries with a drizzle of honey. Perhaps it is preparing a simple piece of baked fish instead of ordering takeout. Or it could be as simple as steaming some broccoli instead of having it raw in a salad. Your skin is your body's largest organ, and it is constantly renewing itself. The choices you make today, this very meal, become part of that renewal process. Ready to start feeling more energetic and confident in your own skin? Subscribe now and hit that notification bell so you do not miss the next step in your journey to vibrant aging. Our community is here to support each other every step of the way. Let me answer some common questions about these changes. A common question I hear is, can I still enjoy bread if I am over 60, or do I need to give it up completely? You do not need to eliminate bread entirely, but choosing the right type makes a significant difference. Look for 100% whole grain or sprouted grain breads that contain at least 3 grams of fiber per slice. These break down more slowly in your system and provide more nutrients than white bread. Try to avoid bread in the evening when your metabolism is naturally slower, and always pair it with protein or healthy fats to slow sugar absorption even further. Another question is about high blood pressure medication and coffee safety. This is an excellent question to discuss with your healthcare provider, as individual responses to caffeine can vary significantly, especially when you are taking blood pressure medications. Generally speaking, 1 cup of coffee per day is considered safe for most people with controlled high blood pressure, but your doctor knows your specific situation best. They may want to monitor your blood pressure more closely when you first add coffee to your routine, or they might suggest avoiding it altogether depending on your medications. People ask if sweet potatoes are really better than regular white potatoes. Yes, sweet potatoes offer several advantages for people over 60. They have a lower glycemic index, meaning they cause a slower, more gradual rise in blood sugar. They are also rich in beta-carotene, which your body converts to vitamin A for healthy skin and eyes. However, white potatoes are not necessarily bad. It is all about preparation. If you enjoy regular potatoes, try roasting small red potatoes with the skin on, or having them as part of a meal with plenty of protein and vegetables to slow absorption. Regarding daily water intake for good skin, aim for 6 to 8 cups of water daily, adjusting upward if you are active live in a hot climate or take medications that can cause dehydration. Proper hydration absolutely does impact skin appearance. Dehydrated skin looks more wrinkled and feels rough to the touch. If plain water feels boring, try adding cucumber slices, lemon wedges, or a few berries for natural flavor and extra antioxidants. Just remember that caffeine and alcohol can be dehydrating, so you may need extra water on days when you consume these beverages. For those on a fixed income, many of these changes can actually save you money. Cooking more meals at home instead of buying processed foods or takeout is typically less expensive. Frozen vegetables can be just as nutritious as fresh ones and cost significantly less. Canned fish like sardines or salmon provides excellent nutrition at a fraction of the cost of fresh fish. Focus on making one change at a time, rather than overhauling your entire pantry at once, and look for sales on items you can freeze or store long-term. Let me summarize the key changes you can make starting today. Consider avoiding sugary desserts because they damage collagen through glycation and cause energy crashes. Instead, try fresh berries and seasonal fruit for steady energy and improved skin elasticity. Consider reducing excess salt because it dehydrates skin and increases blood pressure. Instead, use fresh herbs, spices, and lemon juice for better skin hydration and improved circulation. Consider limiting refined carbs because they spike blood sugar and promote inflammation. Instead, try steel-cut oats, quinoa, and wild rice for sustained energy and reduced brain fog. For your daily routine, try 1 cup of coffee with breakfast and include steamed spinach or kale with your eggs or oatmeal. For lunch, consider baked fish with quinoa and lightly steamed broccoli, seasoned with herbs and olive oil. In the evening, try homemade vegetable soup or a small portion of lean meat with roasted vegetables and fresh berries for dessert. As a bonus, take a 10-minute walk after each meal to improve digestion and blood circulation, supporting both energy and skin health. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something important. Everything we have shared today is for educational purposes to help you make informed choices about your health. The experiences shared by Eleanor Robert and others are their personal stories and may not reflect typical results for everyone. I always encourage you to work with your doctor or healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet, especially if you are taking medications or managing chronic health conditions. They know your personal health history best and can guide you on what is right for your specific situation. What works wonderfully for Eleanor and Robert might need small adjustments for you, and that is perfectly normal. Your healthcare team is your best partner in this journey toward healthier skin and more sustained energy. They can help you navigate any concerns and ensure that dietary changes complement your overall health plan. Take care of yourself, celebrate the small victories along the way, and I will see you in the next video where we will explore more ways to age with confidence and vitality.